Hello, everybody. Hello, COS-ICT friends and networks and partners. Today, my speech is related to the business digitalization and transformation of business into the new age, as we call it, the decade of digital transformation 2030. The topic that we will discuss and try to explain and motivate businesses and young enthusiasts of ICT is related to the digital age or digital age 2030 in the sense of following the new trends, the new developments, the new technologies, the new instruments, processes, automation, and of course competition and innovation. So now we as IC for Kosovo's Growth project being implemented by We Global and Prishtina are working hard as much as we can together with our partners from Ministry of Economy, from Prime Minister, from Ministry of Education, business community, STIC, and others in order to bring new ideas, new partnerships, and new, of course, tools to promote the ICT and digital skills, not only locally, but also internationally. The topic that today we are going to discuss through this stage is regarding the key concepts of supporting and developing the business into the digital transformation age. Thus, this is the subject that we will try to explain today. In the sense of Digital Agenda 2030, as EU is promoting it, as EU decade of digital transformation, we as Kosovo, as country, as business community, are trying to fusion, to create new synergies and bring all partners and stakeholders together into this age of business transformation. In the level of our context as country, we are very hopeful that business community is, again, the leading instrument, not only to the economic development, but also to the internationalization and competition in the sense of digital transformation. The key gaps that are now facing with in this regard is how business community can lead the transformation of the economy, support to the society and welfare of the country. The key role in this sense is the sector that we belong to, ICT sector, ICT community, while the most relevant partner originally is, of course, the education sector. So the gap or mismatch, as we call, between the skills being developed and produced by education system and then prepared for the labor market and ICT community is the way that we want to contribute altogether. In the recent years and new ages, new periods, we have been closely connected with all international partners that are working and dealing and covering the digital transformation of businesses. It's also here in Kosovo and in the region. Some of the key issues that we want to mention is the support to the increase of the use of e-services, e-commerce, e-businesses, digitalization, and of course, one of the most influential factor is generating a new mindset, a new concept of making people think for the e-life or e-work, or transforming their behaviors, their way of thinking into a digital transformation decade. Some of the strengths that we would like to mention today are also produced in figures and in statistics. Kosovo is now among the leading country in Europe, or maybe even widely, with the access to the internet, which is a miracle that we should use it not only for simple communication and social media and access to, but make it as key instrument for education, working, doing business, connectivity, development, innovation, and promotion of the achievements. As you can see, now we are almost 96% of the whole country being covered with internet access, which is above the average of the EU. This has come with the support of CODE project being implemented by Ministry of Economy and supported by World Bank. And currently, in these days, so the number has gone even to 99.8%. It means, speaking in numbers again, there are only less than 10 villages waiting for the last connections to the internet in the whole country. So we can say it's 100% covered with the internet access. In terms of businesses, there is a new now age that we want to bring everybody into the digital transformation age. As you can see, last year, and it is now, of course, improving, 100% of enterprises in our country had access to the internet. So all companies do have access to the internet. And this is the most advantages developed during the last years in terms of business development. While the e-government, e-commerce, and e-businesses are not the key components that we have been able to develop or compete with the Europe indicators. In this sense, there is still a lot to be done and enhance the e-government services, e-citizen services, e-commerce, e-business, e-payments, and so on. In figures, again, last year, as per the figures being produced by the Statistical Agency of Kosovo, only 5.3% of internet users submitted completed forms online, which is much lower than in EU average, which is 57% as EU average. So 5.3 with 57%. While in the last few months, this percentage has gone to 35%. So the pandemic circumstances increased a lot the use of e-services and e-businesses. So now we have almost 35%, and this was during the second quarter of this year. Probably each month it is increased and increased currently. Taking into consideration the newest developments and trends and achievements, we can say that Kosovo now is an information society as country, as society, as population, and as ecosystem. While the current endeavors of government levels, education, business, policies, international actors and stakeholders is becoming a gigabit society in the sense of having the e-business concept everywhere, so used by everybody. And that is called now the gigabit society. And of course, the human capital, the IT tools, technologies, instruments, applications are part of these developments. Some other figures. that we have been able to generate recently. Use of internet, let's say by gender. There are 57.4% used by male and about 40% used by female. These figures are again produced by the Statistical Agency of Kosovo. While about 26% of individuals use the internet for private purposes, communications and related needs, while this number it's on daily basis increased and increased. While 9.4% is used for downloading or printing official forms that we use on our daily life, either education, work, business, and so on. So 9.4% is used for downloading official forms. Another indicator is that around 5.3% is used for submitting then completed forms. So there's 9% for downloading and 5.3% for submitting completed official forms, while in EU, this indicator is almost 57%. So there's a lot to be done in this context, mainly enforcing the e-government, e-services, and e-education. In the sense of individuals using the internet and e-commerce, again, 35.4% of individuals in last year and last quarter of 2020 have used internet for buying and ordering goods and services through online services. So now we have the recent months, it is still increased, while the average in EU is 40%. So quite close to EU average. In other figures, 43.1% of individuals never bought or ordered goods and services online. These are some figures that we want to compare regarding the context and statistics of digital transformation of business in our country. Some distinguishing figures about the context of our country. First, a multi-language skills of especially young people and overall population, which is maybe among the leading one in the region. Of course, using euro from the first day, it's another big advantage. We can compare it only if we go to some countries which don't use euros and the complexities that this can bring. The entrepreneurial spirit and working culture, it's a special feature of our population as well. And of course, the involvement of women in ICT, it's the flourishing factor of our society. Another key issue is that ICT is heavily supported by main international donors in our country. So EU, World Bank, USAID, GIZ, etc. Regarding the doing business profile, we are now in 57 ranking position. 2 years ago, we were in 44. Now, due to not keeping that developing trends, we are lower, so in 57 ranking position. VAT for general use is 18%, while for food and related items is 8%. Also, the corporate income taxes is 10%, which is a good advantage for doing business in our country. Of course, personal taxes is 0 to 10%. In terms of digital transformation and digital economy and digital age. Of course, our economy is not in the best position as we would like to. However, now the Kosovo government, the new policies, the new strategies of the government has put ICT as one of the key components towards the next 5 years developments as governmental program policy. Again, ICT as industry is growing, is among the most rapid growing segment of our economy in the last years, and it kept quite a kind of growing indicators to the GDP contribution, which is about 8 to 11%, while in other countries, especially in Western Balkan, it's double. All these are kind of contributors to making our country a knowledge economy through the ICT developments. Again, when we want to reach some objectives, we have to do some comparisons, some statistics, some analysis, and see where are the options that we could improve and get good models. In terms of the households, it's about 93.4% of them that get home internet access, while now it's 96.4% with the CODE project support. In the terms of mobile penetration, it's about 110%. It's again as per the RCAP, our regulatory authority statistics, while mobile brand is about 78% in the recent quarter. The majority of our ICT companies are local, I mean national ownership, about 70%, and the rest are mixed and international ownership related. The new governmental program, which has been produced 3 months ago, and also approved by the government, 2021-2025, they put developing ICT infrastructure and capacities as the key objective for the next 5 years. While digital agenda 2022-2030 is the leading horizontal strategy which is being developed by Prishtina area and partners, supported by CODE and World Bank project. And this strategy for digital transformation is to be finalized by the end of this year. Together with digital agenda, also the 5G mobile infrastructure is being now the key priority for our government in terms of supporting the digitalization of the society, economy, and e-governance. This also will be pretty much supported by the EID system, which now has been produced as a system, and hopefully the EID implementation will start from next year. The training of young people, ICT digital skills improvements, and let's say avoiding the gap between the education and work labor market and business community request is becoming closer and closer. So everybody now has understood that a key factor to the economic development and business support is creating quality skills by education system in the terms of ICT. So curricular development in the ICT, and I hope our colleagues from Luxdev and Ministry of Education will talk much more about these items. The promotion of public-private partnership platforms is a lack that we are not in the best situation now, and that's a very good promising opportunity that in the next coming years we should promote and support it. The concept of technological park, innovation park, and so on are key instruments in promoting, in supporting, encouraging, and bringing new synergies to the ICT digital age. Of course, the leading instrument in Europe is Digital Innovation Hub. And later on, we'll have a presentation from our colleagues from Slovenia that they will show us how Digital Hub Slovenia supported the whole economy, society, young people, and government as well. Now, let's go back to the digital transformation concept and digital agenda. The vision of digital agenda is having a country which is a digital, modern country. And this is the plan for the next 8 years that digital agenda is bringing here. In terms of bringing a very efficient public administration in place with workable and modern infrastructure, which is to be still advanced, and a contribution to the society, to citizens, to education, and to economic development. So this is the concept and the vision of Digital Agenda 2030. Digital transformation of businesses is the leading objective or strategic objective within this strategy, and in the leading role towards economic development. The key components that digital transformation concept based on the EU trends and international developments are focused on 3 key measures or strategic objectives as we call them. The first one is digital enhancement of businesses, particularly SMEs. This is because mainly about 96% of our business community is SMEs, so micro, small, and medium enterprises. The second key priority or strategic priority of this digital transformation is increase digital skills of employees. Now, the doing business platform and concepts and processes is a lot depending on the skills being developed by the employees of the companies. So new technologies, new instruments, new platforms, new systems, new applications, again, are to be used by employees. And in terms of bringing the values of all these achievements in the terms of technological developments, we need to have skilled employees. So this is now the second key strategic objective towards business digital transformation. And the third one is maybe a new trend which is the best instruments to go ahead, is supporting the development of innovative ICT sector with a stronger digital growth mindset. So this innovative ICT sector is the third priority that will contribute to the digital transformation of businesses and especially SMEs in our country. If we look for some key indicators in this concept based on the EU digital agenda that has been approved by EU Commission 3 months ago, it's by 2030, 75% in total of enterprises or SMEs take up cloud computing services, big data, AI, digital enhancement of businesses, particularly SMEs, and 90% of the SMEs by 2030 should reach at least a basic level of digital intensity in use within their businesses. So this is when Kosovo is the way ahead looking for. Now currently we lack trustful data regarding these key figures if businesses have started to use all these tools in their daily operation. If we go to the first strategic objective, which is digital enhancement of businesses, particularly SMEs, there are four key objectives that are the leading platforms to supporting the digital transformation. The first one is, of course, improve the capacities of organizations, chambers, associations, networks that support SMEs in terms of digital technologies and transformation tools. Professional support for development of competences and digital capabilities and tools and instruments in this regard. So this concept is the main one in the terms of enhancing and improving the digital skills for business organizations, chambers, associations, networks, and so on. The second one is assisting the digital enhancement of SMEs to support e-commerce and e-businesses. Again, if we go back to the previous slides and statistics, our country is quite behind the EU average in terms of EU data on e-commerce and e-businesses. And this is the next step that we will try to support and enhance through e-ID, e-signature, e-payment, then supporting the business transformation into a digital age. The third one, under this core priority, is developing a common online portal or web platform that will bring advices, tools, information, and networking for digital transformation. So we still we're not able to create this web platform supporting companies in particular steps of their developments towards digital transformation. And this portal is planned to be developed in the next 2 years by the government. So it will serve as a kind of one-stop shop for businesses in terms of digital transformation and their enhancement. The fourth one is, of course, as I mentioned previously, establishing a digital innovation hub. Now, currently, only in Europe, there are almost 57 digital hubs, and there is the umbrella of digital innovation hub in Brussels as well. So the digital hub innovation concept is mainly created to support the society, the government, the policymaker, businesses, and startups in the context of innovation and digital transformation. So this is now the new endeavor that the government is working together with partners on establishing the Digital Innovation Hub of Kosovo, and then being part of the network of European Digital Innovation Hub. As you have probably heard recently, here in this ITP, there will be the Digital Transformation Center, which is again supported by the Ministry of Economy and GIZ. This hub again will be a model of one-stop shop in regard to innovation and digitalization of SMEs and startups. The fifth one is regarding a new scheme or grant scheme that will support SMEs and startups, only for ICT development and transformation processes towards their digitalization. This scheme, as a fund, is a model which is supported fully by EU, and recently we have had very, very good examples of this contribution towards the pandemic circumstances, especially in Southeast countries. Let's say Slovenia as well as Serbia are very good examples of getting very, let's say, promising indicators regarding the innovation fund supporting the SME, supporting the digital transformation, and startups with innovative ideas. So this is the next instrument that will support our SMEs in this sense. The campaign, the awareness information campaigns are something what we will support society, young people, women in business, entrepreneurs, and so on, get the benefits and lesson learned from the good success stories on business digital transformation. And so Ministry of Economy will lead this campaign from early next year towards promoting the achievements and success stories and benefits of digital transformation of businesses. Some of the key indicators in this sense are first, establishing the Digital Innovation Hub, whether it will be in IT prison or technological park in Bernice and Prishtina, it will be decided by the government in the next month. And of course, improving the digital intensity score for enterprises. However, they say, unfortunately, our country is still not part of DESE, and we cannot include the measures being part of DESE, hoping in next month we'll be able to be member of this umbrella and then get real statistics and measures towards the digital transformation of the society in the overall developments. The key factor towards business digital transformation is supporting companies train their employees on using digital tools, technologies, instruments, applications, systems, platforms, computerization, automation, e-commerce, e-business, online marketing, digital marketing, and so on. So these are some of the key elements that we want to support further in terms of business digital transformation. However, not only the young generation, but also the working generation needs lifelong learning in the terms of using digital transformation tools in their working places. So the first one is digitalization of VAT system, lifelong learning, and cybersecurity knowledge for employees. The second one is facilitating and encouraging public-private partnership in terms of education and businesses through VAT instruments and VAT schools. Third one is supporting the sectoral improvements of digital transformation skills and practice know-how sharing. It means bringing good experiences, good success stories from one sector to another one, from one company to another one, and from one expert to the next, to the rest of network of experts. In relations to European good practices and European Digital Compass 2030, digital transformation of businesses by 2030, 3 out of 4 of companies should use cloud computing services. So this is the indicator EU Compass put for 2030. And also we have to follow it as much as possible. And then about 90% of SMEs should reach at least basic level of digital intensity. Then this pushes us a lot to go as much as possible towards business digital transformation. So these indicators also are included as part of the performing indicators for the next digital agenda of Kosovo 2030. The third priority was support to digital innovation of ICT development for stronger digital growth. Of course, in these new circumstances and internationalizations, digital transformation of business is the key instrument to the way ahead. And in that sense, there are several objectives that are planned to be developed for the next decade in order to then be within the average of EU development. The first one is stimulate ICT companies to utilize and use in practice in their daily operation as much as possible new technologies, big data, blockchain, tools, instruments, platforms, data mining, and so on. This mindset, this ecosystem should be supported by the government, by the businesses, by the organizations, and of course by university. Among key factors that can contribute in this sense is the research and development mindset to be still consolidated between the universities and private sector. Support the ICT companies developing new business models based on new technologies. These new models should be promoted and supported in order then, through them, encouraging the rest of sectors and industries and economic segments to be developed with new innovative approaches. Third one, promote the ICT Experts Advisory Scheme for manufacturing and exporting business. In the terms of being close to the company needs, in order to inform them, bring them new innovative ideas, and make it function within the companies, the experts advisory services is to be established, where there will be a platform of having accredited ICT experts that will be in service of companies, non-ICT companies, and support them in digital transformation. So the vouchering scheme to be managed by the government, and then through the expert advisory team supporting the business digital transformation as per the requests being tailored by the provision of services by the experts services. And another attractive component is the implementation of B2B and matchmaking instruments in the sense of internationalizations, innovations, bringing together different sectors, different technologies, different markets, and so on. So B2B and matchmaking instruments is the leading instrument of supporting ambitious companies come together and share their needs, their potentials, their opportunities, and support each other. This is the new single market program main platform towards supporting the businesses. The third priority is supporting the development of innovative ICT sector for a stronger growth. The context of EU digital transformation and SME support now is the key EU ambition for 2030. In this sense, continuing promoting links with diaspora, not only with ICT diaspora business, but also for other sectors, is being considered as a key advantage for our economy. So we will bring all together and encourage this networking and matchmaking, bringing their experience, their potentials, their markets, their knowledge and know-how into supporting the ICT and digital development age for our country. Some of the key indicators in this priority is improved access to finance for startups. That's the key to contribute to the new mindset of digital age 2030 for our country. Enterprises with higher levels of digital intensity, using data for their business needs and business strategies and developments, of course, and all these with the promotion of new ICT technologies in place. This is the new concept within our Digital Agenda 2030 regarding the business digital transformation that is being prepared now together with the new action plan, supposed to be approved by the end of this year and start implementing from early next year. And that's the vision of digital transformation of our country, especially SMEs, into the new digital age 2030, as we call it. Thanks a lot for your interest and hoping some of these, thanks a lot, new initiatives will be in place soon with this new synergy, partnership and coordination that everybody is looking for. Thanks a lot.